Hello everyone, Scott here from ClassicElite.com with a review of FEZ for the Xbox Live Arcade. FEZ was developed by Polytron and is a 2D platforming game. The gameplay will remind you of Super Paper Mario because it has a unique function to give you the ability to rotate your environment in a 3D manner, but you can only move in a 2D way, which is pretty cool. So platforms that seem strangely distant will become right where they need to be just by rotating the environment. When the mechanic is described, I think it sounds a little complicated and boring, but it's actually really easy to understand, and it frequently gave me this sense of accomplishment, which is pretty cool. Now, the goal of FEZ is to explore each environment and look for gold boxes. Once you collect 8 boxes, you'll get a cube. Cubes open up doors, and then you can continue this process. The game doesn't have any bosses or enemies. You just have some vague information that collecting these items will save the world. And with this type of story combined with the art style and the controls, the game has a really good retro feel. The game also makes it really fun to just jump around, flip the perspective, and keep exploring. The best way that I can describe the puzzles are they combined traditional 2D platforming with Escher-like optical illusions so that you actually don't feel like you're solving a puzzle when you're solving a puzzle. It's really interesting. As I describe the game FEZ, I feel like I'm describing a puzzle game, but when you're actually playing the game FEZ, you feel like you're playing a Mario game. It's weird, but it's awesome. FEZ isn't mind-blowing or anything like that, but it's definitely one of those things that you really need to experience before you can actually figure out what's going on. You can't have someone explain it, and you can't just watch gameplay footage. The game is also getting really rave reviews, and they are well deserved, but it's not a perfect game. I've had some issues where the screen gets kind of glitchy, and you might have noticed it in some of my footage. I've noticed it happens during cutscenes and when the autosave function's happening. Luckily, it hasn't caused me any sort of frustration at this point, but it is noticeable, and it honestly has taken me away from a little bit of the immersion into the world. The day that I'm making this review, Polytron stated on their website that they're aware of some of the bugs and they're going to be issuing a patch eventually. Hopefully this will take care of some of the glitchy feel that I've had. A feature of the gameplay that I initially didn't like, that I now think is pretty brilliant, is the fact that FEZ can actually dive from falling too far. Usually in a platformer, I feel like this is a really cheap way to create a barrier, but in FEZ it's actually a huge time saver because you spawn to where you fell from your death from. So imagine this, you've taken forever to finally figure out how to get to an area, you make a dumb mistake and fall to a platform below. Now instead of being stuck on that lower platform, you die and respawn to right where you just were. This is awesome. What it does is it keeps you exploring the level and not getting you to have to deal with the normal frustration of this genre of game. I'd like to close out by letting you know you need to keep your eye out for awesome video game Easter eggs and references. It's cool to see that Polytron took some inspirations and put them into the game. I've already referenced Mario, but I really like the tall mushrooms that were inspired from the first Mario game. The animals that run around in FEZ really remind me of the animals at the end of a Sonic level, and it was pretty cool to see a rabbit from Braid running around in the game. As you probably know, Braid, FEZ, and Super Meat Boy are all the games that are featured in the movie Indie Game the Movie, so seeing the Braid Rabbit really jumped out to me. FEZ is a game that I'd highly recommend. It's fun to play, it's fun to look at, and since it was only $10, I can forgive some of the glitchiness that I've run into. FEZ is designed to let you jump in and play for a little bit, or kill a few hours. Again, this game is available on Xbox Live Arcade. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and if you've enjoyed my commentary, you can check out our gaming podcast at ClassicElite.com. Thanks a lot for watching.